exactly front end. But if I tell you all that what front end development is, for me it will be something that the user uses. Okay, the like you might be writing a very good backend, you might be writing a very scalable backend, but at the end of the day, a user is not going to use a Postman, right? They are going to use some UI, they are going to use something or the other which they can interact with. So front end plays a huge role if we talk about in softwares or in web apps. And if you are making something that is B2C, like business to consumer, directly consumers are going to use that. Then also like UI will be a very big thing, right? So just let me see one thing, how I can share my screen from here. Can I share my entire screen? Just a second. I think, okay. I haven't given the privacy settings to Zoom. Just let me give that. I think this should be okay now. Let me see. Yeah. I hope my screen is visible, right?
Yes, Dada.
Okay. So before we like directly get into coding, let me open Excalibur, which will be how to remove this. I haven't used Zoom for a long time. Can I remove this part? Okay, it will be there. Okay, no problem.
Yeah, I think your top right, you can see a minus icon kind of thing. Clicking this will just remove the pop-up of Zoom.
Top right.
Top right.
I can't. I can remove this. I understand. And this will stay there, right? This.
The annotation section, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, this will stay there, but I will suggest you just click on the pencil icon and stop the annotation in your screen. Otherwise, the people will just start drawing in your screen.
Okay, clicking on the annotation button. Where is the stop? Is it stopped or is it still on? Let me just check the settings once. Just give me a moment, guys. Or just let it be. It's just taking a lot of time. So we can just let it be. Why isn't it letting me type? Okay, great. So let us understand what front-end development is. If anybody has any question, you people can drop it in the chat, or I think if you guys have mic access, then you can just turn your mic on and say the question. And if you're shy, then definitely the chat box is open for you all. So coming to what is exactly front-end development. So as I said, front-end development will be the part that will be used by the user. So it definitely plays an important role when you're building a software or when you're building a web app, mobile app, anything. So now coming to front-end development, there are a lot of frameworks. I believe even if you people are in your first year, I believe everybody has heard the name React. Then there is Angular. Then there comes Vue and a lot more. Okay. So coming to this, today we will be mainly talking about React because I am mostly a React developer. I have done Vue a little bit and Angular absolutely zero. So we will be talking about React. And React is a very fun framework. Like it is basically a library, not a framework. React is very fun. You can do a lot of things with it. And after you learn React, you can definitely move to Next.js. I believe a lot of you might have heard the name. So coming to React, does anyone here has used React or has built a website using React? Like, is there any like raise your hand feature or something there where I can see if people have built this? Okay, I see Shubham raising their hand. So I think a lot of you might have, like, I see 3 participants have raised. Okay, I can see here. Zoom is quite good. I'm using it after a long time. Okay, so some of you might have used, some of you might not have used. So we will be understanding some basic React principles today, as this will be a basic session. And you all might also know that as the Codis program progresses, you will be learning more and more things about front end and back end. So in today's session, we will be talking about the basics of React. So what I'm going to do is as I haven't really prepared anything, I'm going to make a web application in front of you, and you people can maybe follow along or maybe take notes. And see, what I usually do is I am a very lazy person. So sometimes I will be telling you all that search this, like that will be kind of a thing that you do after the session or maybe during the session, as you wish. I will be telling you all to go and search this. Mostly I say this when, like, I know the answer but I want you all to actually search. Sometimes I do this that I have forgotten the answer and I want you all to just go and search. And sometimes I do this because, like, I actually don't know the answer and I myself have to search. So I tell this thing. So you people are, like, you people will not be knowing that whether I know the answer or not. So I will be doing this. This is a heads up from my side. And apart from this, is there anything I should suggest you all? If you guys have a pen or paper or anything like where you can like write down the few questions, that will be great, because like that will be helpful for you all. Okay. And if you don't get answered of anything, then you can surely like ping me up or ping me the organizers. They will definitely be there to help you all. Okay. So without any further delay, let's directly jump in the code, because that's the main thing we are gonna do. Why this is showing this? Let me turn this off. So let me first make a React app. So for that, I'm gonna use VITE. I hope everybody here has heard the term VITE or knows what VITE is. If you do not know, no need to worry. I will be telling you all. So okay, so let me do this thing. Suppose you are making your first React app. What should you do? And you know that you will be making it in VITE. So you come to your browser, you search how to use VITE React or something like that. I'm not interested. These people are doing anything. Okay, this is the command. This command I actually myself forgot because it's been a long time I have initiated a React app. So npm create VITE latest. This will basically bring the bundler. Let me name this Codis session. We will be using React definitely. There are other frameworks available if anyone here hasn't seen it yet. So here you go. We will not be using TypeScript here. We will be going with the JavaScript, as this is a very basic session and I don't want to dive into TypeScript right away. But standing in 2025, if you ask me which one should you pick for like React development, the answer will always be TypeScript. TypeScript is far more better than JavaScript. But if you're somebody who is just starting out, to learn maybe HTML, CSS, maybe just started JavaScript, don't jump into TypeScript. First, make applications using JavaScript, make full stack applications using JavaScript, make React applications using JavaScript, and then move to TypeScript. Meg, I think, has raised his hand. Do you have anything to
I
say?
think Shanglabda, if you just tell a difference between TypeScript and JavaScript, it will be
Hmm.
beneficial for the students because otherwise
Yeah.
they will think TypeScript is a language from another universe.
Okay, okay. Thanks for pointing this out. So, Meg pointed a very good point. JavaScript and TypeScript are, like, you can say, two brothers. For example, if you already learned JavaScript, then I would say around 75% of your TypeScript is already done. There will be a few more concepts that you need to learn, and TypeScript like will be very easy. So if a person actually knows JavaScript very well, like you have understood all the basics of JavaScript, the mastery of JavaScript is something that will take years. Like, I would not say I have even mastered JavaScript yet, but if you learn the basics of JavaScript, you understand JavaScript, and you can code in JavaScript, then learning TypeScript would take around 1 to 2 days. Like, it's nothing special. It's nothing that you should be feared of. Okay. So for this, currently we are using JavaScript, as I said, because this is a very basic session. No experimental stuffs and all. I don't know. I'm making a VTAB after a very, very long time. It will take some time, as currently, as you all can see, it is installing all the dependencies needed for React, like React DOM and stuffs like that. And it has made an application for me. Can I click this? Okay, I think I'm in my terminal. I cannot click it here. So let me close this up. Let me open VS Code. That will be better. Where is this? This one. Okay, so here we go. Here is our VS Code. I hope everybody here is familiar with VS Code. If you're using some other ID and not using VS Code, please stop using that ID and shift to VS Code. Like, if you are a developer or TS developer specifically, VS Code is far superior. Okay. Now, coming to like a small command I used, as you all can see, npm create VITE at latest. It gave me so much things. So first, let us also understand that what are these. Can I make this bigger? Yes, I can. So as you all can see, I have 3 folders here and some files. So let's start with the folders. Number one, we have the node modules. I hope everybody here knows what node modules are. As we know that React is nothing but a JavaScript library. And for a JavaScript code to actually run, we need an environment. We need a compiler. So node actually provides us that environment which we use to run our React app or anything. Like if you're using Express for backend. Okay, let's not talk about backend in this session. We will be sticking with the front end part only. So node gives you the environment. And now your React app actually needs a lot of things. If you see here, you will see a lot of things are there. Do you need to think about this? Absolutely not. This is not something you need to really think that what is here, what is there, and that. What you need to think about is this file, this package.json. Let me now make this a bit small. As you can see, this package.json has our name, the name of the folder, the code is session that I just gave. And there are a couple of things. The version is 000 and stuffs like that. You will see a lot of scripts here. You will see dependencies. And in the dependencies, you can see there are 2 things. One is React, one is React DOM. So as we have just made a React application, it has 2 dependencies. Number one is React and number one is React DOM. Now, what is this React and React DOM? React is definitely the library that we are gonna use. Then why there is React DOM? A lot of people actually like make React apps, like they have made a lot of projects, but they have never really thought about this, that what is React and what is React DOM. But when you're learning something, like being a software engineer, I would say one thing that is very necessary is curiosity. You should be curious. You should think that why we need React and React DOM both. Why can't we just do things with React? Okay, so this is something I would say y'all to Google it yourself. As I have already said, that I will be saying some things that you should find out on your own. This is just a Google, and you will understand why we are using React and React DOM both. This is something I actually know, but I want you all to find it yourself, because if you really want to become a software engineer, if you really want to write code that scales or that is used by a lot of users, curiosity is something you should always have. You should always look for answers. Like, you should always look for why is this happening, why is that happening. So make it a habit. If you have any query, first Google it yourself. Then if you can find answers, good. Most of the times you will be finding answers. If you can't find answers, go to ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, or anything, and then ask the same question there. If the chatbots are able to help you all, then that is good. If they're not, then you should seek help from any of your seniors, mentors out there, because you can directly go to the mentors also. It's not like that they are not going to help you, but at the same time, Google is fantastic, let me tell you all. So you should use that. Now, coming to, there are a lot of dev dependencies. Now, again, the difference between dependencies and dev dependencies. So dependencies is something that is needed when your app is in production or is deployed or anywhere else. Like, it's in production environment, not in the development environment. And dev dependencies are those dependencies that are required during the development environment. So you will see a lot of things out there, the ESLint, the VITE, because like VITE by default gives ESLint. Now, what is ESLint? This will be also like a quick question out there. So I would again say, and Google about ESLint. ESLint is basically, you can say, a linting tool. Now, for example, you want your code to be in such a way that everybody in the company follows same format, like not exactly format, follows the same linting. So that is when we use ESLint, or there are a lot of other lints out there. You can definitely learn about linting more. And coming to the SRC file. So your SRC is everything for your project. Like, this is where you are going to write your code, you're going to write your CSS, your JavaScript functions, everything. So let me just pin this React tab and pin it on def, right? Yeah. Okay. So VITE already gives us a, you can say, landing page where this counter increases. Like, this is just a normal UI that they have made. When you will make your VITE app, you will get the same thing. No need to worry. The first things that you need to do when you like open an app is, this is your main.jsx. This is the main file or the main function, you can say, which actually makes React work. Okay. So if we talk about one thing, have you all heard the term of what is this? Yeah. Have you all heard the term of SPA? SPA specifically stands for single page applications. Now, what is a single page application? So React is a single page application, absolutely. But why is it called a single page application? Because if you see in this whole code, you will have only one index.html file, which is this. If you look at it closely, you will see there is a ID. The ID's name is root. And why is this? Like, there is root and there is then a script tag. Anybody who knows basic HTML will understand what is written out here, right? So, and you can see the address is given main.jsx. So if we go to the SRC inside that main.jsx, what it does is, you can see it is doing document.getElement by id root, and it is rendering your app inside of strict mode. Again, if you want to learn more about strict mode, you should definitely Google that. You should learn about why strict mode is important, why we use strict mode, everything. And inside that, there is this app component. Now, I think you people have heard the term about component-based architecture, right? If you're not, then React gives you the power to actually make everything inside components. So now, coming to this is a component. This is main.jsx is a component. Rather, it is the whole app. And inside that main.jsx, if you see, there is app. If you go inside that, you will go to app.jsx, which is the code where this VITE plus React and the counter and stuffs are written. So we just saw the UI, right? That tab went below it. Okay, we saw the UI. So this UI that you are seeing here, this is written here. And then this component goes inside the main.jsx, and then the main.jsx does the get element ID. It picks up the root from the index.html and renders everything inside this. So what happens is we have only one HTML tag, like one HTML file. There is only one page. And inside that, everything is happening using DOM manipulation. React is basically nothing but DOM manipulation. You are manipulating the DOM because this, like, the app goes inside the root, and then inside the app you're writing your code. You can have more components, like as we will be going deep, like we will be making different components. We will not be writing everything inside this. Okay. So React is a very, I would say, interesting library or framework, as you say. Mainly, this is a library. React is a very
Another,
yes.
sorry to interrupt. Can you tell that, I mean, what is DOM manipulation? Because I think so many people have not heard about it. The
Okay,
term is
okay,
new to
right,
them.
right, sure. So if I talk about DOM manipulation, what happens is, I hope you people might have heard the term DOM, and if not, that is okay. If I tell in simple words what is DOM manipulation, if we go on any site, for example, this site, and we do inspect, we can do inspect, yeah. So this thing that you're seeing, this is the DOM of this website. DOM basically stands for document object model, and this is the DOM for this whole website. Now, if you go inside this, you will see the same structure that you just saw. The body, then there is div, there is ID root, and inside this, you can see this. But let us go back to the index.html. Here, if we see, we have one div, and inside the div, there is nothing. This is empty. But if we see here we have a lot of things, like inside the div, if you can see, the ID is root. If we go inside this, I expanded this, you can see the VITE plus React, you can see this class card, you can see read the docs, and there are a lot of more things. So how is this coming? This is exactly what DOM manipulation is. You currently have the root div in your like DOM, and what React is doing is React is pushing the rest of the code inside your DOM during like when React compiles your code, it technically pushes the like the UI part inside of the root div. This is basically called DOM manipulation. So as you keep on writing stuffs here, for example, if I go inside the app, and if I write something maybe after this, after the p tag, let me make another p tag and write wow, and let me save this. Then if I go here, you can see the wow has been added. So you are not doing any change in your HTML. Your HTML is fixed, But using DOM manipulation, React actually is inserting new things that you're keep on writing. Okay, so you can do a lot of things using the component based architecture of React. Like this is what component based architecture is. In the main file, you have an component as app, and inside app, your all codes are here. Now we will be breaking down this app more, so that will like you will understand as we all go. So I hope you people have now understood the basics of React, like what React actually is. If anybody has any questions till now, then they can definitely drop it down in the chat or maybe turn on your mic. You guys have any questions? Anyone here? See, I know you people will be having questions. If you have listened to me, you will be having questions. But I understand that sometimes people are shy and they really don't want to ask questions. But I would say if you don't ask questions, it will be your loss. It will be 100% your loss. So never be afraid of asking questions. If you're like not comfortable in turning on your mic, you can drop it in the chat. I think the chats are visible for me, or let me click on the chat once. Yeah. As somebody asks any question, I can see Ronodeep asks how to open it in VS Code. Like how to open what in VS Code? How to open web page from the, okay, good question. Great question. Okay. So in the VS Code, if you open your terminal, okay, now see, I can see a person has written the go live option, which happens during the HTML. Like when we do development using HTML, we use the go live option. But while you are working with React app, no need to use that. What we do is, as I've shown you the package.json, here you can see we have scripts. One of the script is dev. Now, what is this dev script? Sorry for that. So the dev script, what the dev script does is, it makes a development environment for you or a development server for you. And how to use that? The command is npm run then dev. Any script you want to access here, you just need to write npm run and then the script name, build, lint, preview, anything you can use by that. So I use this npm run dev. I hope you people can see I have made this a bit bigger. This npm run dev, and press enter. As I press enter, you can see there is a local server that has started in your local host 5173. Now this 5173 port is something that VITE by default assigns. If you want to change it, that is also possible. You need to make some changes in the script and that will be done. So if I click on this, like if I press control and click on this, like as I'm in my Mac, it is showing cmd plus click. So this will open in your browser. Let me close this. This will open in your browser. Even if you like, if your server is running, like if your server is showing this, you can directly go here and write localhost 5173 and that is going to open. Okay, so somebody is doing some Da Vinci drawing. That is okay. Now coming to, I think, can I move this drawing? Clear all drawings? Yeah, I can. Okay, that is fine. So I hope you people understood how to open the server.
Someone is asking, Bhaiya, please explain main.jsx and app.jsx once again.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I just saw the chat also. So what main.jsx is? Main.jsx is your initial file. Like as I told you all, at first when we open, like when your application gets opened, it opens using the index.html. Okay. And inside the index.html, there is a div with the ID root. So if you come to the main.jsx, this is your initial point where the DOM manipulation actually happens. Here you can see we are doing document.getElementID root, which means is from the DOM. This document is basically the DOM. From there, we are taking the element, like the element with the ID root, and we are rendering our app inside it. Now, what is app? If we go inside app, this is nothing but the app.jsx, which has all the code written that you're currently seeing. This VITE plus React and everything that you can see is written in that file. So these two are basically components. In React, everything is a component. So these two are two components where the main is the initial component and app is the child component inside this. Because like I hope you people know about like the parent child concept in inheritance, or maybe in like overall programming language. So here also the main is the parent component, and inside it there is the app, which is the child component where all the code is written. Okay, pretty simple. And see, React is something that you might not be able to learn in one day or in a session, or maybe in 1 week. It will take some time. It will take some like head scratching to understand what is happening and what is not happening. But make sure when you learn something, you learn it completely, because there are a lot of people who have made a lot of projects, who have made a lot of React app. But if you ask them like why is there this div ID root, a lot of people can't actually answer. Like I have seen it. I have seen students making their own projects, but when I ask them that what does this mean and what does this mean, a lot of people actually struggle to answer because they haven't really seen that. Nobody opens this file to be very honest. This main.jsx file nobody opens. Somebody like whenever we are working, we open this file, but main.jsx is something we rarely open. Like something we need to do at the root level, at that time we open this file, or else we actually don't open. So no need to worry that can any there is another question, I think. Please from the beginning. I got Ronodip. I think from the beginning will be a bit tough, but if you are unable to follow along, no need to worry. I think this video will be recorded and stuffs like
Yeah,
will be shared.
this video is getting recorded and will be uploaded in our resources section very soon.
Yeah, then it's okay, because like starting from the first will be a very difficult. We have like limited time, right? So let's move on. You just follow along like the next things. If you are not able to type it down, that is completely fine. Take a notebook, take notes, and when the video is shared, you will be easily doing it. Okay. So now let's make our application. So first of all, what I'm gonna do is, there you can see there is a app.css, which I'm gonna delete because I don't need it. I will have only one CSS file, which is this index.css, and that also I will be cleaning. Now you will be thinking why so much is written here. So when we make the VITE application, it gives a lot of things ready-made that take this. And if you don't want this, just clear it. Just clear it out. No issue in that. Even I will be going inside here also, and I will be clearing this too. Okay. Are my extensions not working or something like that? Deprecated extensions. Okay. I need to see this. Okay, I think I'm in my wrong profile. Just give me a moment, guys.
Now you can click on the show button to see which extension is doing the problem.
I think I'm in the wrong profile. Let me just check. I'm in the default profile. Why I don't? This should fix the extension issue. Yeah. I will see the like I usually don't use the default profile. I didn't notice that I'm in my default profile. Okay, I'm in my front end profile right now. So let me make a application. Now what I did, I wrote RAFC and it gave me a beautiful component. For that you need to use an extension, and I think that extension is this one. You people can use this ES7 plus and something something. This is by DSZNAJDER. I have no idea who this guy is, but it has a lot of installs and it's good. So you people can use that. Now what we are going to make, as we have very less time, we'll not going to waste it making something huge. We will be making something small, something useful, like not useful, something which will be helpful for you all to learn new things. So in React what happens is, as we talked about the single page application, the SPA, so React doesn't give you something out of the box that you can use to make different pages. Now, for making one application, you definitely need to make different pages. Definitely, there will be not one page, right? There will be multiple pages. So, for that, we use a library named React Router DOM. So, I will be installing that library now, because without that we cannot really make different pages. Like we call it routing. For doing routing in React, you need this React Router DOM. If you click like if you write npm I React Router DOM, it will install your library in your code. You can see different things have installed. If you go to the package.json, previously it was React and React DOM. Now you can see the React Router DOM has also been added. So okay, so we are gonna do the routing here. Now as I said, for making different pages you need different routes. So for now what we are gonna do is okay, I remove the return, but return will be needed. So what happens in React is, Reacts are basically function. If you see, if you are like, if you have used JavaScript, this is a basic function, right? The function name is app, and this is an arrow function out here, and which is returning something. So what happens in React is, if you want to write something in JS, that goes inside the function, obviously. And if you want to write something related to the HTML, that goes inside the return. Okay, so here also we will have components out here. So first of all, I will use browser router. Browser router will be the top level, like it is a wrapper of the React Router DOM. As you can see, the import automatically came, import browser router from React Router DOM. So yes, then inside that I think we have routes. It's been a long time. I have manually like written routes like this. Okay, I see one error. Why?
And Shanglabda, I think you can give a small test of vibe coding to them too. Otherwise, they will never know how vibe coding actually works. And
Okay,
we all
sure,
know
sure.
vibe coding how much important is.
Sure, because I have disabled how to enable this. I disabled it a long time back and now forgot. Wait, do you remember how to enable this? Enable completions. Okay, yeah, I think this is enabled now. Okay, guys, so I have GitHub Copilot installed here, and I think everybody nowadays has it because this is free. You can use it. I'm also using the free pack itself. This is not something paid. So like makes it a very good thing. So let me do one thing. Let me remove this. Okay, and let me ask this guy. Let me ask Copilot that give me routing for 2 pages. One slash and one maybe slash game. We are gonna make something related to game, and I write for now make to components. Okay, let's not write it here. Let's go step by step. Okay, because I can ask AI to write to make the whole app, but I will not be doing that, and I will not recommend you all also to do that, because in order to actually learn things, because you people are learning things, right? So don't rely on AI fully. Use AI for increasing your speed, because if I'm gonna write this app, it will take around maybe 30 minutes, because this will be a small app, maybe 30. Using AI, I can do it in 10 minutes or maybe 12 minutes. So use AI to increase your speed, but don't, like I would say, don't hamper your learning, because learning is very more important, right? So I asked it. Now let's see what it does. It gave a code. Why isn't it attaching the code here? I think I have,
Because it's the chat, it's not the, I mean, code assistant.
but this itself attaches now. I haven't used it for a long time. Disable
No, suddenly it started. I mean, sometimes it malfunctions also.
Okay, so then let me just copy it. No problem in that. Sometimes it directly suggests in code. I don't know what happened here. Okay, so let me tell you all what it gave me, right? Because you just copy pasted a code and you don't know what is happening. That is very bad. So you have already seen, I have already written this before, the browser router, inside it routes and inside it route. So I said it that give me two routes. One will be slash and one will be slash game. So it gave me two routes. One is slash game. Now, what is this route? What is this routes? What is this browser router? This comes from the package React Router DOM. So if you want to learn more about React Router DOM, I think this session won't be sufficient for that. That is something you should like go and visit React Router DOM site. If you search React Router DOM, you will get their official docs. Go and have a read. Or if you think that is very lengthy, I would still say read it. And even if you think you are not understanding by reading, then go to maybe open chat GPT and ask that what is browser router, what is route, what is route.
Can you share the
It's
website's link in the browser in the comment section?
okay. Just give me a moment. If I write React router, this should come. Yeah, React router. This is their official website, React router. You can see all their products and everything out there. So how can I give that in chat? I should open the chat. Yeah, I have given in the chat. So you can like read about this, what are this, and if you don't understand, simply go to chat GPT and ask. You will definitely gonna understand. Okay, so it gave me two routes as I have said it, and the path I have also mentioned, that slash game and slash, and the element what it has done is it has made one component home, another component game. And for now what it has done is, which is good, it has already like made two functions here. One is it used one h1 tag, which is home page, and the second one is game. So let me now, I think my terminal is off. Okay, the server is off. Let me turn that on. Npm run dev. Yes, it has turned on. Okay, so as you can see, currently I am in the route localhost 5173. So here you can see home page is written. Now if I go to the route game, you can see game page is written. So what it has done is it has made two pages, one with the name slash game and one with only slash. So I think you all know that if like in a link, if there is a slash at the last, if you don't write it, it doesn't really matter. So here I have written the slash, but here it is not showing, and it is showing the home page. So the home page is on slash, and if you write slash game, okay, I have written the wrong thing. I have misspelled it. So that's why it wasn't showing anything. and here you can see game page. So now what we can do is, let's ask it to make I want to do something related to routing. So let me just give a think what I can do. Let's have one page. Let's have two components. Okay, I'm making the folder here because I don't want to rely on AI fully. So I will be writing here. Okay, I misspelled pages inside. Okay, and each and every code that you're gonna write should be inside your src. Okay, src is your source folder. Every code should be inside it. So here you can see there is pages. So let's do one thing. Let's make two files. One should be start screen dot j6. Inside it I am using the shortcut, and let's have another as game screen dot j6. Inside it I will be doing this, and let me just remove this too. I don't need this. And what I'm going to do is I have made two more components, right? The game screen and the start screen. So I am going to import the start screen here, and the game screen, is it coming? Yeah, the game screen here. If you see, it is now coming from this pages and start screen, end screen. So now if I go here, you can see the game screen as I'm in the slash game, and if I go in normal slash, you can see the start screen. The letters are small because no css and all is applied here. So let us do one thing. Let us have one let us first make the start screen. Okay, as we are in the start screen. So in the start screen, let me ask it, as you all can see, as Meg also said, that how to vibe code. Okay, if you really want to do vibe coding, so let me just make it a little bit bigger. If you come to the copilot, you can see your current file. It is showing the start screen.jsx, which is this file. So let me say make it a beautiful game start screen where users can select difficulty of game. I misspelled difficulty, but that is okay. AI will understand that definitely. So as you can see, it is doing something. Now let's see what it exactly does. Okay, this is giving me the code out there. I don't know why it is not using, like, directly changing the code. I also have cursor installed. Like, do you guys want me to shift to cursor? Like, then it will be, because in my laptop I mainly use cursor. I haven't really used the copilot for a long time. So do you guys want me to shift to cursor? Because that's the greatest thing for vibe coding. Anybody here? Any opinions on that, or are you all flexible? Then let's move to cursor. Because in my personal laptop, I mainly use cursor. I don't really use any other thing. So let me, okay, I pasted it in the wrong folder, but that's okay. Let me open cursor. I haven't really used cursor also for a long time. What if my package expires? But I think it's okay. Yes, bro, allow. Yeah, I think it's fine. Okay, update is required. Can I continue without update? I think, yeah, I can. So now let me show you all the real, like, the real vibe coding. Okay, so coming to the start screen, I will be saying it the same thing. So let me just copy the prompt out there from yes. So here you people also can install cursor. It gives a trial version. I think mine one is also in the trial version. I'm not sure about that. So I will add context. It hasn't taken the start screen. Yeah. So it has taken the start screen now. And I will just press enter. Okay, I cannot use cursor without doing this. Bad luck. Then we'll have to stick to this. No issues in that, but let me then copy this code, paste it here. Why is it showing red? I think because I moved this folder outside of Finder. This should fix. Just give me a moment. I by mistake moved the folder. Yeah, things are all right now. Now let me copy this. Let me see why there is error. This part stayed. I forgot to remove. Okay, right. So I have taken the code that AI provided to me. Now let's understand what actually it has provided. But before that, let us just see that how is it looking. Like we used one AI code, so we should see now that how is it looking. Okay, this is a very, I would say, very old school style of theme. So can I tell it that make the CSS better, make the CSS a bit modern? It looks very old. Let's see what it does, because yeah,
What is the extension you have used to colorize the hex codes?
I think this is like the theme, right?
No. Just open a CSS file. The hex codes are colorized.
Oh, okay. Just this one, color highlight.
Okay, all right.
Color highlight by Sergi N. You people can use this. It basically colorizes the whole hex code. Usually what VS Code does is it gives a small color in front of that, but this colorizes the whole thing. Okay, so it gave me
And
a
sometimes you really need that to, have a
yeah.
test from the VS Code.
Actually, like this is very useful. This is something I have been using for a long time. Okay, it gave me the only written part and I pasted it. Should have set up my Copilot, but it's fine. Why isn't it scrolling down after this? This is a VS Code bug or Copilot bug? Make this
It's a
more.
Copilot bug.
It doesn't goes down, right? Or it goes up? No.
That's why I use Gemini CLI.
Okay. Like in my personal computer, I used to like use cursor. Now I'm seeing that they have pushed an update, so which I haven't really done. It came till button container. It's been a long time I have actually coded in this system, so that's why the issue. But let's see what it has done. Okay, it made it I would say worse. So let's not focus on the CSS right now. We can deal with it ourselves. Let's just focus on the functionality, because see, if you are somebody who is into front-end development, UI you need to make, but your primary focus will always be functionality. What I usually do is, suppose I have a task where I need to build some UI or something like that. So at first I make a very basic UI, and complete all the functionalities, like all the clicking, all the component rendering, everything is completed. Then I move to designing, because what happens is like once, like designing is something you can do it for maybe years, because there is no perfect design, right? So make the functionalities fast, and then move to designing. So we will just stick with this. So what it does is, if we see the code, what it has given us one object named styles. Now what the styles has inside it a container which has either display flex and stuff like that. And what it is doing is, it is using this styles dot container. So what is styles dot container? This is this. So all the CSS here will be getting attached to your div, and that is how it is making your like, what I would say, this is making the design out here. You can do this, or you can normally use a CSS file. If I give it the CSS, let me tell it key. Let me first move to the restore point. Is there any restore pointer? I think I haven't updated my VS Code for a long time. That is why the YEG is looking a bit different. Because in my office laptop, I use Copilot, but the UI is a bit different.
Dada, you can use you to write the code directly, like the chat icon above. You have to change it to the plus minus icon. Yes, no, the Copilot window. In the Copilot window, there is a chat
Mm-hmm.
type icon.
Mm-hmm.
There is one icon next to it, right? Right. Yes, click that.
Okay, this one, edit with Copilot. Okay. Thanks for the help. Thanks for the help. See, you guys know more than me. Now let me tell it. Make the CSS in a different file. Let's see what it does, because that's what I wanted. Yeah, it is now making the change. For somebody who is learning things, that this looks very good. Like when I first started using cursor, like I felt like this is amazing. How can this happen? So one thing what it does is, it gives you the code, and you can accept the things. If you think no, this part is not required, you can revert that. If you think everything is good, you can just directly accept it. It has also given me the CSS out there. Let me save these two files, and let's see, has anything changed? Okay, the CSS is absolutely same. It has just changed the way we wrote the CSS. I usually recommend people to, if you are using plain CSS, to like use the, like write the CSS in a different CSS file, and then use it in the component using the class name. But if you're like, if you have advanced and you have now understood CSS, go with Tailwind, go with maybe SCSS. SCSS is something I don't see people using nowadays, but in companies, SAS is some, like the SCSS is something that is widely used. So, but if you're somebody learning right now, you have learned CSS, just jump to Tailwind. Tailwind is amazing. Like if you start using Tailwind, there's no going back. Okay, so we made a page where you can choose the difficulty. So what happens when we choose the difficulty? We can see there is one function written here, handle difficulty select, which console logs the difficulty. So let's see if the console log is actually happening. I have opened the console, and yes, you can see the console logs are here because I just clicked on it. So I have removed those. I have refreshed the page. Let's click on easy. So yes, easy is coming, medium is coming, hard is coming. So let's do one thing. This is the welcome page. User is said to select a difficulty. The user will be choosing one difficulty, and we will be redirecting to the /game page where the difficulty will be shown, right? I hope you understood what we are going to do. We are having the difficulty shown here. We are going to select from here, which will redirect to a different page where this selected difficulty will be shown, right? This will be our target. So if as we are using Copilot, so now coming to the start screen. So see here, it has already written add navigation or game start logic here. Okay, it actually understands what we are going to do. So let me tell him that when the user clicks on a difficulty, redirect him to the slash game page and show the difficulty there. Okay, so there are technically two ways to do that. Let's see what AI is suggesting. Okay, it is using the state way, which is absolutely fine. I would have done the same. Why is it changing in so many files? Browser router. Who said to optimize, dude? Why is he optimizing? So see, here he is optimizing. This is a format that usually people follow, but suppose I don't want that. You can press the revert button. It will be reverting that. And what is here? It has changed the whole thing. No, I don't want it to change. So I think in this page, we don't need any changes. This will be intact. So while vibe coding, this is a very important lesson. As you can see, it made a lot of changes that I actually didn't ask. So AI will be doing that. So if you start relying on AI, that is going to create a problem, because you will think that I haven't done this. How the like, why is it here? So that is something you need to be careful. So what it has done is it has made a different file. It hasn't used the game screen, but I don't want that. So what I will do is I will just copy this. I will come to my game screen. I will press enter and I will name it screen, like game screen. Okay. And I can just simply delete this file. Okay, I think command delete. Yeah, I can delete this file. I don't need it. And in the start screen, yeah, I need to save this. So first, let's see what happened. Then we'll understand the code. Okay. So if we select medium, we can see the page is getting redirected to slash game and the difficulty level is showing here medium. The console log has been removed because they have actually removed the console log from the code, which is fine, which is absolutely fine. Now let's understand what actually happened. So as you can see, in the start code, like in the start screen rather, we have the like those three buttons, the easy, medium and hard. And on their on click, we are calling this handle difficulty select function. Now what this function does is, and we are passing a value, you can see easy, medium and hard. Okay, which is absolutely fine. Now coming to this function, it is taking the difficulty, which will be this string. It will be a string, right? And inside this, now coming to this navigate. What is this navigate? This is coming from the use navigate function, like use navigate hook actually, which again is coming from the React router DOM. So in React, when you're doing anything related to navigation, anything related to routing, you will have to use React router DOM. Like this is the absolutely the most popular library to use. There might be some other libraries, but absolutely only use React router DOM. This is something that is used in companies. This is a industry standard that is being used for years now. So React router DOM is something you can 100% rely on. So we are using this use navigate hook. If you want to understand what use navigate is,
Can you explain this library and where can I find these explanations for this library?
okay, so I have dropped the link of the library already in the chat, but if you want, you just open Google and write React router DOM. you can see you will get the official documentation. So if you come here, this is their page. Here is the docs. If you go, you will get the React Router home, as you can see, and you will be seeing all this out here. Like everything you will be getting here. If you want to search something, for example, we are using use navigate, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, use navigate. So you can read what use navigate actually does, how to use it. Everything will be here. Okay, we are exactly using this use navigate. You can find it in the React Router DOM official documentation. And I will highly recommend everyone to once go through this, because if you're using React, this will be your best friend. Okay, React Router DOM is going to be your best friend. So definitely go through it. Okay, now coming back to our code again, we can see that we are using this navigate function. In the first parameter, we are sending the route, that is /game, and in the second parameter, we are sending one object. Inside the object, we have a state, and inside that, we are sending the difficulty. Now let's move to the game screen, which is accepting it. Now for accepting, again, we are using one hook from the React Router DOM, which is the use location. And what the use location does is, you can, as you can see, what it has done is, it has, like, inside the location, it is looking for the state that we have already sent inside. Like the difficulty is going inside the state, so it is looking for state and extracting the difficulty from here. Now this part of code might be a little bit tough to understand for a beginner. If you talk about me, somebody who's been working with React for more than a year, this is something I can easily understand. But if you're somebody who is new, this might feel something like which is very difficult. Now what you can do, like suppose AI has given you this code, you're not sure what it is doing, you just select it and say that is this selected. It's showing all the files out here. Okay, can I remove those? Yeah, I can remove. Okay, makes sense. Okay, let's copy this and give it to it. I think whatever, sometimes my cursor is just going away. I think this is complex. Simplify this, because we are destructuring directly from the source. So this is something for beginners, it might feel a little bit uncomfortable. So what now it has done, let's see. It has added only one line. Okay, apart from like it has removed the destructuring thing, it has taken a constant as difficulty, and inside it, it's using location.state.difficulty. And if, as you can see, it has used optional chaining. So if difficulty is not present, then it will go to unknown. So for us, difficulty will always be present, like it will have to be present. So if we go here and now we choose hard, so you can see the selected difficulty has become hard. So this is
And
all about.
Shamalabda, I think through this line, people can also get into a bit salt of TypeScript, that the optional parameters, default value setups,
Exactly.
etc.
Exactly. So you will this make pointed out a great thing. Like when you learn JavaScript and you keep on learning JavaScript, you will automatically learn a lot of things that are present in TypeScript. Like this optional chaining and stuffs like that. These are actually TypeScript concepts, but you can also use it in JavaScript. So once like you start learning JavaScript and once you kind of say understand JavaScript, you will be ready to like jump into TypeScript. But I will always recommend to first start with JavaScript and then move to TypeScript. You can directly like forget JavaScript and start writing TypeScript, like that is also possible. But I will never ever recommend anybody to do that, because once you learn JavaScript, TypeScript will become very easy. Like in one day you will be like, okay, I have learned a whole language in one day. So That's all about TypeScript and JavaScript. But here, as you all can see, like we have mainly used the React router DOM out here, and we have already made 2 pages in where we are choosing one page and we are going to the next page with the value coming from the previous page. So I believe you people will have some questions here. So definitely drop it down. If you guys have any question, definitely drop in the chat. I have opened the chat.
I mean, if you are not dropping in the chat, I think you are not listening this properly. क्योंकि सवाल होने चाहिए. ये एक ऐसा चीज है,
Definitely.
क्वेश्चन 100% रहेगा.
Let
मैं
me
तो
tell
बेट
you what
मैं, मैं तो बेट लगा लूंगा. कोई यूज स्टेट अगर एक एक बार में समझ गया तो इधर तो वो न्यूटन है और वो कुछ अलग चीज का ब्रेन उसको लेके बैठा है. ये हो ही नहीं सकता. और आज अगर कंधा हिला दिया कि हाँ समझ आ गया, और बैक एंड वाले सेशन में अगर कुछ दिमाग से ऊपर से फ्लाइट उड़ गया.
रोनोदी बोल रहे कि क्वेश्चन ही क्वेश्चन है, कौन सा करूं. गुड क्वेश्चन, दिस इज ऑल्सो अ गुड क्वेश्चन. सी डाउट्स तो रहेंगे ही, लाइक बहुत डाउट्स रहेंगे जो तुम्हारा सेशन में कंप्लीट भी नहीं होगा. लाइक and like what happens is when I started with React, I also faced the same thing. Like, don't think that we people know everything from the start. We have also started the same way. And for me, how I learned React was that I mainly learned React during my internship, and I had a very good like senior out there. So he actually helped me a lot during that, like during that phase. And so तुमको भी like मिल जाएगा ऐसा कोई senior and all who will be like ready to help you and ready to guide you. And apart from that, we are also there. The organizers are like doing a great thing out here, because during my college days I didn't really got this. I think it would have been much better if I got this during my college days. And if you're in your first and second year, guys, and you start doing these things from now on, you will be at a very good advantage, I can say you that. And the industry is evolving like crazy, like absolutely crazy. The technologies which were like extremely trending last year have become like old, and now a whole set of new technologies have taken their place. So you will have to be keep on learning new things. You will have to be what I would say, you will have to know what is happening in the tech industry right now, and you need to get your hands dirty with it. Like that is the only thing. अगर कुछ नया आ रहा है, try it once, see if that works for you. If not, that is okay. But if it works for you, that will be great. Even like I would say, I have myself become a bit slower in that, because what happens is when you join a job, when you start writing code for 10 hours at a company, what happens is uske baad you don't get the time to actually know what technologies are going on in the trend and all. So that is why I make sure to go in different hackathons, kyunki that is a place where I learn what is in the trend right now. So being students, utilize that time, jump into different technologies. I know definitely college के पढ़ाई रहेगा, सब कुछ रहेगा, but use the time wisely, like use your free time wisely to learn new technologies, to make yourself industry ready. That's what I would suggest you all. And for this session, I think I will be keeping the code till this. But if you guys have any question, I definitely think you should have questions. So if you guys have any question, drop it. I will be here for some more time. Like, what time is it now? Okay, it's not yet 9:30, so I am definitely here. If you guys have any question regarding the front end or regarding anything, don't ask anything personal about me. Apart from that, I am ready to answer.
Can you just show the extensions that you use?
Extensions.
Yes.
Okay, so this is my front end profile. Here you can see code runner, which I actually don't use now. Like I used to use it before. And I have this color highlight, this ES7 plus for the React, the all the Copilot extensions, the GitHub pull request extension, the Git lens. Do you guys know about Git lens? This basically is Git blame. Like you can see who has pushed the code. As right now, this file doesn't have a Git repository link, so it is not showing. Or else, like when you work in a team and suppose somebody pushed a code and he's telling that, no, bro, I haven't done that. And maybe that is around 3-4 months back. And somebody says, I haven't done that. You need to again go to the repo and check. So what this extension does is if you like click on a certain line, it shows that who has pushed that line. So you know that whom to blame. So Git lens is good. And for the icons pack, I use the material icons, like this icons you can see. Like by default, the VS Code gives a very trash icon set. So for that, I use this. And this is the Monokai plus plus, which is my theme. You can see this color and stuffs. And I have a prettier code formatted out there, which suppose I remove this. And if I save the file, it will like, okay, it doesn't do with spaces, but I think if I do it like this and then save, it automatically comes here. Like it formats the code for me whenever I save it. Then I have Rainbow CSV, which is for viewing CSV in like VS Code. I have the Tailwind IntelliSense for using Tailwind. I have a Tailwind doc, which I don't know why I have. This is VS Code PDF. I think this is a PDF viewer. And there is VS Code Pets, which is an absolutely great thing. I think, do I have this right now? Yeah, I have. Here you can see I have a cat, which like snatches me whenever I take my mouse over here. And it runs away there. I can throw a ball. The ball is not going. I have no idea why. I used to, whenever I clicked, I used to, okay, I think this button. Oh yeah, I forgot. So here you can see I can throw a ball. The cat is currently busy in climbing up, so it's not focusing on the ball. So this is just a normal tool, nothing special in that. But this is one of my favorite tools. The cat actually goes and catches the ball. I think it will now. No, it didn't give patta to the ball. I hope now. Yeah, it catches the ball. Okay. So that's all about my extensions in my front end profile. I think in my backend profile also, I have something similar. I have a Python profile, which I don't know why I have. I have a TS profile. I have a Flutter profile because I was learning Flutter. But for something related to JS, like front end, back end, these extensions are more than enough. For backend, you will not be needing any more extensions, like unless and until you're using Docker or something like that. Any other questions, guys? Some debugging tips, please, Dada, and how to come up with good design currently only depend on Lovable. Okay, so see, I am also a guy who I would say is not very good in designing. Like I used to use AI for design stuffs for me, and that is okay. Like that is not a problem. Being a front-end developer, designing is not something you should worry about. Like usually people like usually like UI UX designers will be making the design and they will be giving it to you. You don't need to think what the design will be. But yes, if you are in a company which is small, which doesn't have UI UX designers, or it is a startup, then definitely you will have to rely on like Lovable or any other AI. In job or internship, do everyone use AI help or entire code is written? Depends because if there are sensitive data available, then they will not allow you to use any extension. For example, in our company itself, in certain projects, no extensions are allowed. You need to write your code on your own. but in most of the things we are allowed to use AI.
But in my company, when I mean, I work as a backend developer, so
Hmm?
using AI is not allowed because
Yeah, but
backend has everything sensitive, so not
yeah,
allowed.
like it depends upon company to company, project to project. Like you cannot say yes, it will be allowed, or no, it will not be allowed. Like
Yeah, in my company, I have got the ChatGPT Pro, so like I code sometimes, so it does not affects me.
so it will be like a organizational decision rather than your decision or our decision. So you cannot do anything about
But if you are a smart vibe coder, you can do so with a second laptop.
that. Okay, but if somebody goes to office, then how they can do it? What was done in today's meeting after the VITE reactor? We have done that only. At all the steps, so missed all the steps after that. We have only done that. Do you guys need the code? Like mostly I have generated the code from AI.
Shamlata, what I will suggest, please push your code to GitHub,
Hmm.
and it will make our people also hands-on to GitHub. I mean, to cloning and forking repositories. So it will be also better
Okay,
for us to see how a code is getting pushed in GitHub.
okay,
Uh,
sure. Then
Also, the other one thing,
hmm,
in each session, like in everyday session, we are giving points to the people. So, but if the speaker will only allot some like work to the participants, so I guess that they can do the hands work also, and like they will gain the points also because they will get prizes also.
I mean, you can also allocate some quest to the
okay.
participants.
Yes.
And I mean, it's your duty to make the quest more and more interesting you want to do.
So like how much time will they get to do that? Like the quest?
The
3 days,
1 day.
almost. No, 2 days. From today, we will giving 2 days.
Okay.
Then I think what I am planning is I will be pushing the code out there. They can easily get that. And what they can do is, as I haven't really made any UI out here, this is just a plain functionality. So they can improve the UI. As this is a front end session, I think they can do that. They will be like, if they have 2 days time, I think 2 pages UI will be good. And then we can select like who makes the best UI out there.
Yeah.
So then we are allocating 100 points out of, I mean, 100 XPs out of it. Then we will just sort out how much XP to give to whom.
Okay, okay. That's up to y'all. That's that's up to y'all. I have said what to do. So okay, let us push the code. So for that, at first, what we are gonna do is we are gonna initialize Git in our local machine, like in a local folder actually, not machine. So we'll use Git init. You can also use this UI. I use this UI very often, but let me show you a mixture of both, because you can push to Git using your command line also, or you can push using the UI also. Okay, so let's do both. So here also you can see the initialize repository. Apart from using that, what you can do is you can write git init. It will initialize the repository. As you all can see, it is here. Now what you can do is I will be pushing everything. So I will write git add space full stop. And if I do that, you can see everything is staged out here. All the things are staged. Now you can write git commit, or maybe let us use the UI now. I init commit, as this is the first commit. So I have committed the code, and
And
I
also you
think
can
from
use the
here
AI, I
only I
think.
can make the publish. I can use the AI. How?
Yeah, you can use the
I haven't
AI
used it
to,
before.
I mean, to generate commit messages, and the AI is very efficient. No, you have
Oh, okay, okay.
committed.
Here is a button, right? I have already committed, but here is the button. Like if people are seeing
Yeah,
here,
just make a
is
minor
generate
change
commit
using the
message with
copilot.
Copilot. Okay, first let me push this. I can directly create a branch or something like that. Yeah, I can. I can directly do it from the UI. Let me make a private repository. I think public repository. Code session. Is it getting pushed? Yeah. All done. Okay, this is the first time I pushed an entire repository from the UI. It's good. It's actually good. Let me check once. It should be pushed, but still, let me check once. Why is this message here? Yeah, it's already here. I think my net is a bit slow. Also, my laptop has 4% charge. So what makes it? Let us do this once. Let's go to this screen. And let's say make the UI a bit beautiful. Usually Copilot's UIs are not that good. Let's see what it does. It has changed here also. Let's see. Server is running.
I think Shamlabda, you
Choose
can just turn
medium.
off your
Okay.
video because it's lagging your voice a lot. You can turn off your video
Is
too.
it lagging?
Yeah, it's lagging.
Just give me a moment. Is it better now? Or is it still lagging?
No, it's a bit better.
Okay. I think my charge has also dropped a bit. It's 3%. So usually after like it goes below 5%, sometimes there are a bit stutters. Okay, so let's generate one. Enhance UI for game screen and start screen with improved styles and layouts. Okay, this is a very good message. This is the first time I use this actually. This is a very good message. And I pushed it using the UI itself. So yeah, all good. I think I have pushed the code also. So people can check it out. Shall I send the link to you all?
No, I think you can share the link in the speakers group. We will form a total mission and we will share them with you. I mean, with them with the
Okay,
full,
sure, sure,
structured way.
sure, sure, sure. So I have pushed all the codes from my end. Anything else? Any other questions, guys? Because I will be dropping out in 3 minutes. We have to make pull request or forget or commit only. Okay, that all this information I think will be given to you by the organizers, what to do and what not to do. I should close my screen share. Yeah. Any other questions if you guys have? Great session. Thank you, Harsh.
The session was very nice.
Thank you, Shubham. Any resource you can recommend for front end? Okay, for front end, what I would recommend you all, like, see, I haven't seen any videos exactly for front end, but for React, if you really want to understand React, I would recommend videos of Codevolution, because when I started like learning React, I saw his videos. His videos covers from React class components to React hooks. So, which is great because in some interviews, interviewers tend to ask about lifecycle methods and stuffs like that. So for that, I would highly recommend you all to watch Codevolution. Like, I can drop the spelling here. Codevolution. You can find him on YouTube. His playlist is very good, kind of lengthy, but very good for especially for learning React. And apart from that, for front end, exactly, I haven't really watched many videos. It was like it happened with practice. Like, the more you code, the more you will learn. That's the main thing. And for something related to practical, like Codevolution's codes are mostly, like, it mostly covers theories and stuffs. So I would recommend you all for anything. If you want to build a project and all, you can just directly go to YouTube and search anything right there. That will be okay.
And Shoglavda, I can just share you from my personal experience that in the participants window, there are some people who are my juniors, I know. So like Ayush is there from Android domain. He's a core Kotlin developer and he is there in this session to start his journey in web just to make, I mean, some freelancing works, honestly.
Okay. Okay. Then if you already have a previous like, if you already have a previous, what I would say, coding experience, previous development experience, then moving to React will be very easy for you, because I think you have already seen, like, if you know JavaScript, React will be like a piece of cake, because you need to learn JavaScript first. Anybody here who is planning to jump into React, learn JavaScript first, then move to React. Or you can, like, both of them can go side by side. You can learn React, and along with that you will learn JavaScript. But I would recommend you all to at least give 1 week to vanilla JavaScript. Make something using vanilla JavaScript for 1 week. 1 week is more than enough. Like, if you give daily 2 hours for 1 week, that will be okay. And then jump into React. React is fun, I would say. React is something which is easy, which will, like, if you're somebody who is into freelancing, it's gonna help you a lot. Any more questions, guys? Thank you everyone for joining, by the way.
It was a great session. Like everyone have learned and everyone is feeling that it is a great session. So thank you.